Okay, YouTube, I'm back, and this is the little final segment here on this my little battery rejuvenation effort here. And what I've decided was, my was not to parallel those cells that with the tape on them, the weak cell. They're only weak by just a little bit, not by much. But as opposed to paralleling those cells and bringing my battery, this particular bank of cells down to 17, which is fine. It would definitely work. However, after thinking about it, I'm like, well, it's really no need, because I eventually was, I'm going to, and I've done it, is combine both battery banks and running them together in parallel to form one huge battery bank. So essentially, with this switch, I just turn it to both, and both battery banks are now one. Okay, so that's one huge battery bank. And so essentially both of these together gives me an amp hour rating of about 347, between 345 347 amp hours. And so if you take that, let me do some calculations for you. Hold on one second. So I've done some calculations, and essentially if you take the 345 amp hours, I'm just being a little conservative, and you multiply it by the float voltage of this one big huge battery bank of 27.55, you get about 9,500 and 4 watt hours thereabouts. So essentially almost 10 kilowatts of power storage, almost 10 kilowatts. And so that's a lot of storage power. And so right now I have them, the batteries, they're in absorb mode right now. I charged them up, so 31.7 volts, and this is absorb mode, and it's pulling in about 26.5 amps, and it's fully charged. So this right here will give me more, a lot of energy, a lot of power. And so I decided just to, form one big battery bank. So as far as, I'm concerned, these batteries in their current configuration will serve my needs. 147, 145, 147 amp hours is this is acceptable for a battery bank that's 3 decades old. I wish it was more, and it may get more later. It may get bigger later, but this is still a huge blessing for me. These I got in an extra bank. I traded some equipment that I no longer used. I thought I was I was out just out of it, because I made them. I'd say, well, I went down a path that I regretted. Okay, but these right here, these cells, it was a fair trade. And so I get an extra bank of batteries in addition to these, so it worked out great, worked out excellent. Okay, and also I've got some additional panels that I'll show you in a second that have come in. Okay, YouTube, and you see here I have some new solar panels coming that have just come in from the Alt-E store. And these are 2 Solar World panels. Each one is 280 watts. As you can see here, that's Solar World. And the workmanship is outstanding. They are American made. I used to be partial to Renogy panels, and Renogy panels are great. It's just that these right here are, they are very nice looking solar panels. You can see the quality, the craftsmanship that they put in it. Their manufacturing processes are outstanding from what I understand. The quality, these things can withstand a lot of abuse. These are some really good panels. So I got them from the Alt-E store. I also have an additional charge controller coming in. And I bought the charge controller also from the Alt-E store. So for right now, I'm pretty satisfied with Alt-E's response to my purchase. The equipment showed up; it wasn't damaged. You can see the pallet that it came on, so there was no damage to it. and you know, they shipped it out right away. So I'm looking forward to putting it up on you know, on the pole. So anyway, all right, YouTube, and you know, that's it for right now. I'm gonna take a break for a little while, and you folks just take care.